Hi everyone, my name is Matt Tanai. I've been exercising and feeling great, but I had my downs as well. So I had time where I could actually enjoy the fresh, healthy lifestyle for a while, but that came quite costly at the time because I was quite depressed and not feeling great about myself. I was feeling tired, sleepy, not wanting to do anything, and really not enjoying myself as much. So finally, I managed to find this amazing eating habit, and I don't call it diet because I actually eat much more than what I used to eat. But I'm disciplining myself in certain ways. So here it goes. So here it goes. I finally managed to get myself in a position where I felt great and literally did not have to count my calories, which I never done before, but still managed to lose and felt great about going to the gym and getting stronger even more um, than when I was even heavier. So the weight definitely affects the strength in a positive correlation. But I think what I realize is that the energy my body produces is more efficient and effective now that I don't have to actually go back to, um, you know, counting calories, having high calories while putting weight on, or not necessarily having to put weight on. To the contrary, I'll have to, I can actually lose some and still make a lot of gains out of it. So I found out about the hormones, found out about my insulin level is one of them. I found out about my rested um, metabolic rate. I found out about my stress hormone, cortisol, how it affected my life and myself, and then I found out about autophagy. Obviously, that came together with fasting as well. So all these things gave me a lot of insight into living in a very powerful state and most mindfully strong level. So I will share my experience with you and how I managed to live a life like everyone else, working together with still training and feeling good and not really worrying about other things. All right, let's get back to it and let's talk about how my relationship was with food. Um, and I managed to actually control myself. So I was very fat, not quite fat, but I was chubby, which I didn't realize after I stopped playing basketball when I was my mid teenage years to late teenage years, with the beginning of 20s. Um, I stopped playing basketball after my early 20s, and I started putting weight on, and that didn't really feel good because I was working as a lawyer full time, spending all my time just running around from office to the court and getting all the papers together. I was back in Istanbul at the time, so the traffic, and can only go to um, places uh, by car. So I had to get stuck in the car for a while and not really had the time or the luxury to get out of it and walk around and actually move. So that was one of my downsides. Um, Finally, I made it to London, but then I didn't have time to eat well. I lost weight, which is good at the time. I thought it was great, but actually I haven't lost at the time. I wasn't losing any fat. I was rather keeping some of the fat, most of it maybe, but I lost a lot of muscle. So that actually felt really bad. So I didn't know what to do, how to deal with that, and I had no idea. But then I had the opportunity to eat more. My financial got back together. I was able to eat more, and but then guess what? I actually put more weight on. And again, I didn't put muscle on. You know, no matter how much I trained, it wasn't feeling the same. But I was actually putting more fat on. I thought if I had more protein, I would actually put muscle on, but that was not the case. So, well, finally, I came to a realization that it's not about actually um, eating a lot of protein or exercising severely, but it's actually finding the right balance in life. So, you know, you rest well, your cortisol levels are in place, you're not spiking your insulin, and obviously you mentally feel good. And by doing all these things right, you will also help your mindfulness and your positivity be in place, and you'll actually have a control of the whole um, day and essentially your life altogether. I learned about fasting. That was another revelation to me. I enjoyed a lot about fasting, how it made me feel, that I felt lighter, more in control, happy, not stressed about anything. The time was literally slowing down, but also I was feeling quite almost lightheaded, but very relaxed. My muscles, my brain, my mind, everything just got into the right place. Um, so then I learned the power of sharing, obviously, and I decided to do it more. Okay, so going forward, first thing is the insulin, and let's talk about it because the insulin is the most important part of the whole situation, whole program that you'll go through. You need to learn how to keep your insulin levels down. So once your insulin level is down, you'll be able to tap into leptin, which will which is another hormone that body produces to be able to actually burn the fat. So the most important part and first step is to keep the insulin level down. So how do you do that? Normally, you can do it if you don't eat anything. You'll not have your insulin level high, but you might have your blood sugar quite still high because of your previous um, food intake, and it will take time. And all these things will come with a lot of preparation in the beginning, and maybe requiring you to eat more of good food than not eating anything. So, and fasting will come in stages. So you'll start with stage one and two and third and fourth, and whereas you know where you will be able to actually fast for days and you'll still be okay energetically. You'll feel fine and good and ready to rock and roll on, and it won't be affected with your day anymore. Um, so the most important part is actually uh, not to not avoid any sort of good fat. And when it comes to good fat, there are many debates out there and a lot of discussions and what's good for you, what's not good for you. Well, you can make your own research, but try to keep your omega-3 fatty acids intake high, which is very important. It will really help you actually lose fat and actually keep you satiated for a long time. I've listened to many other people on YouTube, and I synthesize my own understanding on how it works. So there's a process called glycogenesis, which turns fat into glycogen. So that helps you uh, have the energy during your fasting state, or if you haven't had any carbohydrates, you will still have energy, um, and you will carry on the day as if you've just eaten food. The feeling of hungerness is not important at this level for especially men, but I don't recommend it for women. Women can actually have some adverse effects on this. So feeling hungry can cause more stress on women body than men. So I recommend women take a bit of a different approach, but that can also be applied exactly to women as it applies to men as well. So I wouldn't worry about it. Right. Okay. So the next step to keep the insulin level down and together with your um, together with your rested state, and that you're gonna feel just relaxed. So the sleep will come together with it. Work stress, it's important you keep it you know separate from your daily life if you can. Try. I'm sure you'll find a way because you're clever that you're watching this already. You're ready to take control of your own life. So I think that's how everything starts. You first take care of yourself, your body, your mind, and everything else will fall into the right place. Um, Fasting and eating fat-based diet together with moderate protein and low carbohydrates, and together with exercising, these will all benefit you in every way. So I wish I could tell you how I got from um, 200 pounds to you know 140 pounds in 2 months, but I won't be able to tell you because I'm already 200 pounds. So I never got fat actually, not the way you thought I was. But anyway, I just want to get just shredded, feel good. Frustration comes, and I wanted to take a look at things I wanted to do. I did 45 hours to 6 hours, 70 hours of fasting. It was all fine. I didn't have any side effects to it. I was still able to walk in the routes, hiking through the highlands of England. It was good. I quite enjoyed it as well. Um, so here it goes. Try not to reduce your food and calorie intake. The food is something you should not avoid. You should eat food, but what you need to eat is more important than um, how much you should eat. So it doesn't matter if you don't eat more more than or less or whatever amount you eat. It's just it doesn't matter. But I think most important thing is that you eat the food, you eat the right amount, and when it comes to um, yeah, when it comes to feeling good, the food will help you. All right. Well, I'll I'll make another video and I'll share all my food information with you.